Hey guys, this is Oracle Daphne. My name is Beth. I am back again for your March 2015 monthly tarot horoscope. This is for everyone with their sun, moon, or ascendant in Sagittarius. This horoscope, though, is sex and relationship focused, okay? So mainly going to be talking about sex and relationships. And I'm using a new deck. This is the Decameron Tarot. And I haven't used this deck before in any other series I've done. So this is a whole new series through the whole zodiac of using this tarot deck. And it's an erotic tarot deck, okay? So, just so you guys know, this is for 18 and older. There's strong sex content, mature. This is for a mature audience, and nudity and language. Okay, so that's what's going to be going on in my videos, and so I'm just letting you know now ahead of time. This is for mature audiences. Okay, so. So that's the update. The cards themselves, I will show you. I've taken this deck and I've taken a couple of cards out and I replaced those cards with basically a wild card and the Fool, a new Fool. Okay, and I've also written on each card what I think they mean. Okay, which is different than other people. Okay, so this is not just your regular tarot deck. You can't get this anywhere else. This is really specific to what I think it means and how I apply it to modern society. Okay, and so that's the thing. I am going to be doing my regular videos, and I am going to be doing a whole other series just about health. So stay tuned for those. I'm not sure when those are going to come out. I may do my regular series for mid-March. It depends on how much time I have, but I wanted to do this. I had wanted to do this for Valentine's Day, but it was not complete at that time, and I wanted to be perfected by, I wanted to be able to use it and really understand it before I kind of rolled it out for everyone. And I am still doing private readings. The reason I haven't posted more of my mid-February is because it was a short month, and because I've been very, very busy with private readings, which is awesome. But it takes up a lot of time to record my videos and do private readings. So feel free to email me if you'd like a private reading. I'm happy to get you scheduled. My email is elizabetholson31@gmail.com. Okay, so I had already laid out a spread here. I had to pause my computer, so this is the second time I'm re-recording this. But the way I do my recordings is I just, I like to go all the way through. That's how I do it. So let's start where I kind of began a little bit prior to me pausing. This is the card. This is the track that you're on, and I call this the Zebra 69 card. Okay. And 069 is sort of like an inside joke between me and a friend of mine regarding, coming up with a Wi-Fi name, okay, for my computer. And the 6 and the 9 make the yin and the yang, okay? So in my mind, this is perfection in wanting a perfect relationship, wanting balance. And I wrote on the card, hot, passionate sex with much foreplay, which may or may not lead to the 69 position. Okay, ooh la la. So this is where you guys are at, beginning of March. Okay, this is a little bit. You're a little bit wild. You're a little bit on fire. That's okay because you're Sagittarius, okay? And then again, this is for everyone with the sun, moon, or ascendant in Sagittarius. I'm not sure if you heard that in the beginning, but so that's kind of where you're at in the beginning. But the problem is you've gotten one of these very heavy cards that's in the deck that is kind of intense. It is, as you can see, it looks like it's an orgy. There's two couples there. And up above, you see this guy who's lifting up this curtain here. Well, it's a bed sheet that's a curtain. And to me, it's about how all the truths are going to be revealed to you, how things are going to be revealed to you. Okay, so it's the lies, the cheating. I wrote the games come to an end. Okay, the end of a cycle of cheating, the end of a cycle of being cheated on, the end of having multiple partners and only needing one. All is revealed, finding out the truth, fights, betrayal, and jealousy. It's the end of bad behavior and knowing why it's wrong, needing to understand right from wrong. Okay, so Sagittarius, in my experience, when Sagittarius are bad, okay, they're really bad. Okay, they're really the ones that, because Sagittarius is a little bit righteous and feels a little bit arrogant and thinks it's all really about them and doesn't understand how the world kind of works with regards to other people. They're overly focused on their needs and their target that they don't see anybody else. They don't see how anybody else can possibly be affected. Okay, so it's like they do something, but they don't understand consequences. And so, Sagittarius ladies, if you're in a relationship with a man, you're going to find out the truth in March of what's really been going on. Okay. And what's really been going on is that he's been cheating on you with many, many people. Okay. And I don't feel like it's just one. Okay. So ladies, I hate to tell you this, but I don't feel like this is the guy that cheats on just one, goes out and cheats just once. No. And a lot of women don't understand, well, why would somebody do that? If you're in a relationship with a married man or you're having an affair of some kind, they also could be cheating as well on you with another person or other multiple people. So this is the multiples card. This is where things get really sticky and complicated really quickly, okay? Sagittarius guys, you could be with a woman who has multiple partners. You could be with a woman who is married and who is cheating on her husband with you, or is going out and sleeping with multiple people. This could also be swinging. I guess some of you may be swinging, and there's an exchange of couples, as well as an exchange of bodily fluids, I might add. And so there is this kind of element of kind of like not really caring about who you're sleeping with, if there's a condom. This could also mean there's some porn going on. Some of you may be in the porn industry, or you may be very much detached from the act of sex in the sense that, like, you do it, but it's not like you're involved, like your emotions are involved. This is emotionless. This can mean emotionless sex. So I think basically, though, when I look at this card, I just feel like it's got a montage of all the things that you've been missing, that you haven't been able to see. Now you're able to see them, okay? So you're able to put the pieces of the puzzle together. If there's been people in your life that have cheated on you, who've lied to you, who maybe been jealous of you, you're going to find out who they are, you're going to find out what they've been doing, and you're going to find out why. If you've been in a string of relationships where it's been like you haven't been able to commit, or you haven't found the perfect partner, which is the Zebra 69, which is the yin and the yang and the balance and all that, this is indicative of that cycle, of the string of partners coming to an end and you finding one person that you can be with, that you really, really love. Doesn't mean that you're going to find it in the beginning of March. It just means that chances are the cycle that you've been in is coming to an end, and you're starting over in your cycle of relationships. You're learning a new lesson. Maybe you've paid your dues when it comes to relationships. You've had, multiple relationships, and you've learned what it's like to be, with many people, and now you know what you want. See, so like relationships is all about, like, when you go in having relationships, it's all about learning ultimately what you want in a partner. Okay, even if you've been married, even if you've only had like 2 people, you're still learning. Okay, even if you are married currently, you're still learning. Everybody's still learning. So learning doesn't stop when you get into a relationship. It just, you know, learning stops when you're dead, basically. When it comes to a relationship, it just like keeps going. So let's go back to the distant past in a land far, far away. We've got this card, okay? And this is unending passion and fantasies that are lived out and played out in a relationship. A relationship that has enough excitement to last a lifetime. The desire for sex and games in bedroom are there. It says, get it on. Sex makes people happy. Okay, so in the past, you wanted to, I feel like you wanted to live out some of your fantasies, okay? And you did, okay, live out some of those fantasies, okay? This is also where you're no longer, you're waiting maybe for your partner to get home. You're constantly waiting for your partner to get home so you can have sex. And, maybe it's like, maybe your partner decides to work at home now. And so you're not waiting anymore for them to come home and have sex with you. You can have sex with them all the time. Or your sex life actually improves. To me, this is an improvement of sex life. So this is in the distant past, what was kind of going on, okay? And then this is where it gets sticky, because this is where cheating's involved, okay? So this is the recent past. Some cheating was involved. Either with you, on you, or by you, okay? Depending on if you're male or female. If you're a male, this is you cheating on your girlfriend or your wife with another female. And that other female is just in it for the sex, and the fun and the power and the selfishness of it. Okay, she wants to take the power away from your girlfriend or your wife. But she's going to fall for you. Or she maybe already have fallen for you. And that's the problem. The problem is that she fell for you and her heart was involved, and the short-term affair that you wanted is now a long-term thing, and it doesn't work long-term. You can't have a long-term affair. It just doesn't work. It ultimately turns into a relationship. If it goes long-term, it gets messy. That's why they say it's complicated. It gets complicated. That's what happens. So if you're a girl, you could either be the girl that the guy's cheating on with this other girl, or you could be the girl that's cheating with someone that's already in a relationship. So the guy could be the one that's in a relationship, okay? And that could be you riding on the back of that horse. Sagittarius, it's, very highly likely that it is you, okay? And for some reason, you decided you wanted to do that. People do things in relationships. Sometimes you have to be selfish in order to learn humility, okay? You have to be selfish in order to become selfless, okay? At some point. Because in the end, once you're selfish, things come crashing down and you get burned and you learn the hard way, okay? And then you're like, okay, you know what not to do. It feels like you're learning what not to do very much, Sagittarius, here in the month of March. And why it's wrong, okay? So I talked a little bit about, I think in the Scorpio video, or maybe the one before, I'm not sure, about how the reason why I like the Decameron Tarot is because, and this deck, is because the why I'm doing this has to do with the fact that a lot of people were taught at some point that sex is dirty, or sex is not good, or sex is bad, or, they're very much repressed, okay? And it creates all this repression in society, creates, I don't know, it creates the chaos, actually. It creates this chaos and confusion about what relationships are really supposed to be like, what sex is really supposed to be like, what, I don't know, there's all these, what a woman is supposed to look like, what a man is supposed to look like. And we do all these kinds of crazy things because of what society says that we're supposed to look like, or the way that we're supposed to act, or the way we're supposed to be in a relationship. And Um, it teaches us a lot about, you know, the whole cheating thing comes up because a lot of times people have been repressed as children, or in you know, I call it the house of being raised in the house of repression, where their parents didn't feel comfortable about talking about sex or sexuality at all. And so the child learns all this, all their desires become repressed. And so the minute they have freedom, they go out and they bang the nearest person. Whoever gives them attention, whoever gives them love, they just sleep with them. And it's unhealthy. And it kind of becomes very selfish. These self desires overtake a person, where they, and I feel like this is where the cheating comes in. They decide, okay, they want to cheat, or they want to be, you know, or they want to be part of a triangle because it fulfills them, their selfish desires. It makes them become a little bit unrepressed. And personally, I think it's good on some level to be a little bit bad at some point in your life, so that way you learn what not to do. You learn it through experience of making the mistake, of being selfish, of just doing something because you wanted it and getting instant gratification, you know? But it is a process, and it is learning, and it is learning to, I guess, address your selfish needs and wants and desires, and separating them from your relationships, and looking at yourself and being like, well, I was selfish in that. That's what I needed. It wasn't necessarily good for my partner, and it wasn't necessarily good for the other people involved. Okay. Now, the card that's crowning you right now is a very interesting card. Okay. It says, dynamic sexual relationship. Chemistry is off the charts. This man will surprise you on how good he can be in bed. For a woman, this is a considerate lover, someone who knows what they are doing. This is all about clitoral stimulation, toys, vibrators, using all the gadgets in the bedroom to get the job done. And it will get done, okay? And it's great sex. So this is a guy that's willing to go down on a woman, who's not afraid to, okay? This is a woman who is not afraid to go down on a guy, okay? This is two people that are very considerate. So we have in the recent past two people who are very inconsiderate, okay? That are doing things, that are cheating, that's very inconsiderate to others, okay? They're being selfish, okay? And these people are being selfless in the sense that they're giving and they're being considerate to their partner. So I feel like the story here is, in a land far away, in a time not that long ago, or in a land, you know, land not that far, not that far, close by, and, you know, time in a long time ago. Either way, could be that the person that you were with, you know, things were going really good. But for some reason, you were cheating on her. I feel like male Sagittarius. I feel like this could be you. Okay, male Sagittarius, you were cheating on her, and the girl that you were cheating on her with fell in love with you. And for some reason, you had to break it off with the girl you were cheating on her with because it became too intense and too messy. The girl that and then you return to the girl. I feel like it's the same girl. Again, and you kind of, your relationship deepened. It's possible that you return to the same person. So you had this girl, the cheating, you went back to that person. You went back, okay? And you're like, I'm going to make this work. I'm going to put everything into it, and I'm going to be considerate, okay? It is possible that you switched partners altogether. So you may have dated, you know, 3 different people. which is why, you know, you have this, you also have this multiple partners thing that's kind of crossing you. So male or female Sagittarius, you may have been dating multiple people, specifically 3 different people, 3 different guys, 3 different girls, soon to be a 4th, okay, person. Number 4 is very strong here for you Sagittarius. I'm not sure why number 4 is coming to me, but the number 4 is like, I feel like the 4 is the pattern that you're in, for some crazy reason, okay? This is, okay, so what you don't see coming is also what I would consider a match, okay? So you have, this is what you don't see coming. I kind of feel like all the bells are ringing here, okay? Like, she's coming, okay, and he's coming too. And this is also a match, okay? So this is considerate partners. This is considerate lovers. You may, like, identify with the images more in this, you know, or more with this one. But, like, you're like this, well, that's me, and that's my partner. The other one's, you know, this other guy. This card says, doing it in more ways than one. To have sex on the floor, on the couch, in the bed, in the kitchen, on the wall, rather than just fucking, and there's a difference, okay? It's sex that kind of flows, okay? You don't just, like, do it in 2 or 3 positions and stop. It's more just like you do it, and then you take a little break, and then you do it again, and you move to a different location, and you're, like, all over the house. It says at the bottom, oh yes, hot, passionate sex, satisfying for both partners, a great time to get off on each other, to be totally into it, a honeymoon that lasts, orgasmic sex, multiple positions, and sex that works or flows. Okay, so you may be in a relationship with a Pisces, because Pisces know how to flow when it comes to sex. It's my personal opinion that they are the best lovers in the zodiac. But they also have a tendency to lie and cheat, so don't let that blind you. No offense to Pisces. But you may, Sagittarius, may be in a relationship with a Pisces, there's chemistry. There's chemistry with what's going on right now, what's crowning you, and what's going on in the future. But because you have 3 cards that it's all about hot, passion, sex, it seems to me like that's predominantly what you're focused on, you know? Okay, so it's also guys and or girls, particularly this is for guys, okay? This is in the position of emotions, okay? This is a girl giving a guy a blowjob here. And this says, the desire for a good blowjob. For a man, this is the #1 desire. Full-on sex comes second. This is to think about blowjobs constantly. It says, try finishing sex with a happy ending. A woman who likes to give head and whose willingness to give head as it does turn her on. It says try finishing sex with a happy ending on a regular basis. This man, it says, this man will love you forever if you give him head regularly. Okay, so Sagittarius guys, you're into blowjobs. That's like your #1 priority. Women, the woman in your life doesn't mind. And Sagittarius women here that you're watching, you're like, well, yeah, I don't mind. That's something that I don't mind doing. And what's coming in from the outside is harmony, sexual harmony. It's a strange picture because you see this guy, it's like he looks like he's carrying this club, and he's got this sword. He's holding onto this sword while she's going down on him. You know, more about the blowjob here. So I feel like your focus for guys is kind of switching to blowjobs. Like you're like, this is what I really, really want to be happy. Maybe you've been in this, you know, these relationships that haven't been about that, where that's not what you've been doing. Now it's sort of like that's what you want. This is sexual harmony and sexual healing. It says to be in a healthy relationship where there is give and take, a woman who will show up at your work to give you a blowjob, dedication and loyalty, okay? It says a man who goes to bat for you and supports you and who would die for you. This is for Sagittarius women as well as Sagittarius men, okay? So this is what's coming in from the outside, which is a really amazing card. And the position of your attitude is really the next level, okay? Also harmony. Very much, look, the word harmony is coming here very strongly because there's two cards that say harmony here. It says harmonious sex life or the fantasy to want to do it outside, okay? Perhaps in a garden among the tomato plants on a hillside in Florence, Italy, okay? Passion and wild side. To want to drive out into the woods and fuck with the deer. Hormones can cause strong physical urge to be outside like an animal, okay? So this is your Sagittarius, your wild side coming out, okay? You may be in a relationship with a Capricorn. Pretty sure the Capricorn's got this. You'd be in a relationship with a Capricorn. Not sure if any of the other signs got this card. But this is definitely wild. So this is the animal in you, Sagittarius, because you're half man, woman, and horse. So this is the horse wanting to be free, wanting to be a little bit wild. You know, you may have been tamed. So it's sort of like you may be tamed for part of March. But then in the end of March, you might want to be a little bit wild again, okay? And then we have the very end of March, we have this very strange ending to March for you, okay? So you see it's a guy, it could be also a girl, who's looking in on a couple, in my mind, they're having sex, okay? So it's like a voyeur, somebody who's like a peeping Tom or something like that, which I don't like. But this is more just about envy, okay? It says, wanting what others have, but not knowing how to go about it. Courage is needed. Don't be shy. This can be a shy guy, okay? Who should try to date more. Who would make a great partner. Faithful and loyal, but may wish to experiment before settling down or committing to one person. It says it can't indicate a woman who envies others' joy and ability to have sex or be in a couple. This is like, and I feel very strongly, this is, for some of you, this is like you want to be in a couple. Maybe you've had these partners, but none of them want to commit. Maybe they just want to have sex, and you really just want commitment. And you're not getting that. You're not getting that because for whatever reason, there's been some cheating elements. There's just been maybe some miscommunications. Your focus is you're very passionate. The problem is because you're very passionate, maybe giving people the wrong idea of who you are, that maybe they think that you're good for a one-night stand or a good time, and they don't want to commit, you know, for some reason. And you're frustrated with that. And you're like envious. You're like, why is everybody else in a couple? And why can't I be in a couple? Why can't I have commitment? You know, it's interesting because the universe to me is sending you commitment. They're sending you this man that's, you know, willing to go to bat for you, willing to die for you, willing to do anything for you, okay? That's what they're sending you. So for you to be envious of a couple or to be envious of somebody else having sex, then I feel like there's several different, there could be, you know, I do videos for millions of people. So it just is like some of you are getting sent this relationship that's going to go somewhere, okay? You're going to be able to be wild. You're going to kind of be able to show your wild side. And they're going to really like blowjobs, okay? I feel like blowjobs is number one for them. You, Sagittarius, may really like blowjobs, and the person that you're going to be with is also going to like blowjobs. You don't have to worry, okay? But the outcome for some of you is maybe for whatever reason you're not able to get into that partnership. Maybe the universe is sending you a partnership, but it's not ultimately what you want in the end. He's not the person for you, or she's not the person for you. You don't feel. Maybe they are. Maybe it's something you need to think about before you write it off. Okay. But also maybe you're just not feeling it. Maybe the sex is great, but you're not really into that person. You know, there may be something about that person that you don't like. So you end up being envious. Guys or girls, you maybe end up being envious of others at the end of March. But I feel like March in general, you're going to be getting it on and having some really good times and really good sex. So it's going to make up for it. But I just feel like at the end, you may be just kind of jealous of others. But that you just need to use that to kind of fuel the fire and get out there and start dating again. And don't be shy. Just put yourself out there. But don't get into like a passionate situation too soon. Don't get involved with somebody. Don't kiss somebody. Don't sleep with somebody too soon, because for some reason you're not getting into being a couple, and you want to be a couple. So in order to be a couple, you've got to kind of hold off on the sex. And I feel like that's what you're not doing. Either you're not holding off on the sex, or you're not dating them long enough for them to kind of connect with you on an emotional level. But I feel like there is a guy that the universe is sending you, but for some reason you don't want him. So it's sort of like you end up being kind of envious anyways of others. So don't let the green monster take over you, okay? You're worthy of love. You're worthy of a relationship. Just keep trying, you know? I feel like you're definitely surrounded by, and you're on track to have hot, passionate romance, okay? So you're surrounded by people. I don't feel like you're alone. You know, you didn't get the alone card. So I don't feel like you're really alone. I just feel like you're not finding what you're looking for, and it's frustrating you. Keep your chin up. You soon will. Things change. And I think you're kind of coming out of a cycle where you're just done with having multiple partners. That was the lesson. But now it's not going to be that way anymore. That's how I feel anyways. So thank you so much, guys, for all your lovely comments. I'm not getting anything else for this. If you want to do a private reading, again, feel free to email me, elizabetholson31@gmail.com. And I wish you guys all the best. I send you big hugs, big kisses, and I will talk to you guys again soon. Okay, take care.